Hello, folks. This is Texas Red. Well, it's about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, December the 7th, 2024. This is Pearl Harbor Day. Come on a Saturday this year, but this is a date that will live in infamy. My dad was 17 years old when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor some 84 years ago, something like that. He volunteered and went in and stayed out through the duration of World War II. Lost all of his hair. During it, he had a full head of hair when he went into boot camp, and when he come out of the military and everything, he was completely bald on the top of his head. I guess the stress and everything and bad genetics kind of caused it. I'm getting there myself, but I'm 60 years old. He did it at 19. But anyway, I'm just kind of remembering a little bit of the old history and stuff. Old man didn't talk a whole lot about his military, other than that he was there a couple of times. He shared a little bit of detail about some of the stuff that he went through, but he's pretty vague about it. I guess it was just something. It's kind of like being a first responder for so many years. There's certain things that I'll talk about, and other things that I won't. Some of it's kind of personal that you got to deal with on a you and your creator basis, and it's some of the stuff that you go through. Just nobody else needs to know. Um, but anyway, I'm up and about. I'm bored. I've had enough of laying around and laying about and everything, and I'm having to wait. And my truck, we got my old SUV tire aired up, fired it up, and everything after about 3 months of setting. While I was in the hospital, it's sitting down at the gun shop at the ATF convenience store at exit 66 I-40. Uh, Also home of MOA Target Systems, Moment of Angle Target Systems. Chief guy and head of stuff is Mitch Gerlinger, and he's basically my adopted little brother. I met Mitch about 5 or 6 years ago, and kind of changed my life. He turned me on, got me back into guns. That was the one thing that drew me out. Being able to have a place to go down and have every Saturday and stuff, have a cup of coffee, sit around bullshit with some of the old locals up here. Got in touch with a lot of old Vietnam vets. I mean, they're my kind of people. They just a different class of people altogether. Uh, I like being around that age group. That's who I came up with in junior high and high school. They were only about 15 years ahead of me. So I'm still part of that baby boomer generation and everything. We were still on the farm. All of us come off the farm and ranches and stuff like that for the most part. All the way across the Southwest and everything. So it breeds a different kind of people, have a different set of values and different set of life skills and life determination is bred into you and taught to you from a very young age, which is a heritage that I'm very proud of. So anyway, I'm just checking in, letting you know. Hopefully, if I make it till Monday, we'll get out and get about a little bit. I'm really tired of being housebound. I'm getting cabin fever pretty bad, and I haven't been out and about since last Tuesday when I got out and went to a prayer meeting and everything. So I'm a very impatient old fart, and I don't like sitting around. I never have. So once we get out and everything, I'll get a little bit of fresh video instead of just my ugly mug out here. But it's a beautiful day in Arizona. We hit 71 degrees for the high yesterday, and we got a cold snap coming in, so my old bones and stuff are hurting. All the metal in my body is kind of hurting me. When you add it all up between the artificial leg and all the titanium and everything, I've got about 22 and a half pounds of metal in and on my body. Uh, I'm back up to about 200 pounds with the leg on and everything, so I'm not as gone as I was at 187. I feel a lot better now that I'm back up to more or less my fighting weight. Anything below 200, I just do not feel that I have any strength at all. And anyway, just checking in with you. We'll get a little bit more content going here as soon as everybody else is willing to let me push it a little bit harder. Everybody's kind of telling me no, 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 you got to wait and this and that. But I've been out of the hospital about a week and a half now, and I've got to start pushing, or I ain't gonna make it back. I'm having trouble walking with the walker. I look like a 90-year-old or a 100-year-old crippling around. I don't know if I'll ever be able to walk without the walker or not. I don't know if I can go to a crutch or if I'll ever walk unassisted again. And I don't know if the tingling and numbness and lack of dexterity in my old hands is going to get any better. It hasn't yet, but I'm impatient. They told me it might take up to a year for the symptoms to diminish. I crushed my old spinal cord pretty bad. Come pretty close to cashing it in. Uh, when I woke up out of recovery, I was paralyzed from the chin down. So that's only been less than 2 months ago. So, like I say, I'm impatient. I like things to happen on my schedule, but I guess I'm gonna have to deal with this. It's either that or give up, and I don't give up, folks. I think from my history and everything, you guys are going to learn I have an indomitable spirit and one hell of a survival instinct, and self-preservation is number one. Anyway, this is Texas Red at exit 66 I-40 outside of Kingman, Arizona, up on the side of the Wallapai mountain range at 5,000 foot below the Wallapai Peak at 9,100 foot. So it's a pretty substantial mountain that I live on the side of, and it's a upper desert climate, and I love it. It's perfect weather for all the metal I've got in me. We'll catch you on the rebound.